Let's move on to the first adjustment entry in preparation of the final accounts, that is closing stock. Closing stock, what do we mean by closing stock? These are all basically idle resources which can be in the form of raw material, work in progress, finished goods. But what do we mean by closing stock here? See, this raw material is basically included in purchases. We have already accounted for this raw material in purchases, but this raw material is not yet consumed, it is still lying unconsumed. This work in progress, this means already we have spent on production cost, okay, but to the portion, to the extent of work in progress, it is still in various stages. It means whatever you are saying as your total production cost, in that some portion is still in progress, okay. So this is related to your production cost. Then finished goods, you are saying your total cost of sales for 1 year is so much, but of that some goods have not yet been sold. It means they should not form part of your total cost of sales, annual cost of sales, because they are still lying unsold, okay. So this is linked with your annual cost of sales, right? But at your level, at your beginner level, what you have to understand about closing stock, I mean what kind of impact it will have in final accounts, let's see. See, in trading account, assuming you are a trader, okay, it means you will have purchases, you will have sales, okay, not much of further direct expenses, not much of complications and all. Let's say you are purchasing it for 100 and you are selling 100 worth of goods for 200. You are purchasing for 100, you are selling 100 worth of goods for 200. It means in the process you are making a profit of how much? Gross profit of 100. This is fine when your entire purchased goods are sold. You have purchased 100 rupees worth of goods and you have sold entire 100 rupees worth of goods for 200, fine. But think of a scenario where you have purchased goods for 100 but you could not sell all the goods, okay. Out of 100, let's say only goods worth 80 has been sold, okay, and goods worth 80 has been sold at double the profit. It means, see, when entire 100 was sold at profit, it was 200. It means when 80 is sold at profit, let's say it is going to be at 160, right? Now you try to find out the profit. What is your purchase? 100. What is your sales? 160. So do you mean to say the profit is 160 here because your total sales is 160, your purchases are 100, your profit is 60, okay. So if you come to that conclusion that your profit is 60, then I would say it is no. The reason is this 100 is not sold fully. It means out of 100 only 80 has been sold for 160. Out of 100 still there are goods worth 20 remaining unsold. When it is remaining unsold, when it will get sold in the future, okay, only at that point of time its corresponding expense have to be booked. See, here you are trying to show income of 160 for units of 80, whereas the units compared is 100. This is not the right comparison, right? See, 80 is sold for 160. It means this 160 should be compared with 80 only. This 160 cannot be compared with 100 because only 200 can be compared with 100. This 160 cannot be compared with 100. This 160 should be compared with 80 only. Why? Because only 80 worth of goods have been sold. 20 is still remaining unsold. So what to do? I have a choice. I can either go and subtract the 20 here because it is not yet sold, or I'll show that 20 instead of showing it here. I'll show that 20 here, closing stock. How much? 20. So what is the effect? On debit side I have 100, on credit side I have 20. So 100, 20. It means net effect. If you look at the net effect, it is 100 minus 20, it is 80. Now this 80 is what getting compared. 80 is compared with 160, right? Then you realize that you have actually made a profit of 80. It is not 60. You made a profit of 80. How? Look at this. 160 plus 20. It is 180. Okay. 180 minus 100. Profit is not 60. Profit is 80. Profit is not 60. Profit is 80. So what is the point I'm trying to drive here is, see, this actually goes by matching concept. Matching concept says, when you are writing an income this side, write all matching expenses this side. When I say my sales is 200, for that the corresponding cost is 100. When I say my sales is 160, the corresponding cost is only 80 and not 100. But what we have done, we have written 100, but we want to make it as 80. And how we did that? What we did is, the unsold stock we have removed from the purchases. Okay, instead of writing it as a subtraction item, what we have done, we have shown it on the credit side as closing stock. So that is adjustment number 1, closing stock. So what is the effect of the adjustment? The effect is like this. When you have closing stock, the first effect what you will give is, you will take it to the credit of trading account. You are going to take it to credit of trading account. What is the reason I am taking it to credit of trading account? Is it an income? No, this is not an expense. That's it. Okay, because already I have accounted this as an expense under purchases, but this is not an expense. So I want to remove it from expense. So instead of showing it as a minus item under expense side, I am taking it to the credit side of the trading account. So that is also same effect only. So instead of writing it as 100 minus 20 is equal to 80, I am writing 100 on the debit, 20 on the credit. That also gives me or serves the same purpose. Okay, so this is one side. Okay, right. So now what you have done is, you have removed it from your trading account. Why you have removed it? Because you understand that this 20 can be sold in future. It means this will give you future benefit. Anything which gives you future benefit, we call it as asset. Okay, so the closing stock what you have removed from the purchases should be taken to the asset side of the balance sheet. So the second effect is, take it to asset. Okay, so look at this. Closing stock adjustment effect is like this. Number 1, you will show it under credit side of the trading account, and the second effect is, you will also show it under asset side of the balance sheet. Hey there, a warm welcome to my channel CA Raja Classes, and I'm extremely happy for you, for your thirst and search for knowledge. If you wish to take your learning journey in YouTube itself to the next level, I have an amazing opportunity for you. So this is my channel, and could you see this join button? Just click on this join button. It will open up something known as membership. Yes, you can become a member of our channel and you can have an exclusive learning opportunity. So what I got to offer for you? Have a look at this. There are 3 memberships. One is banking lectures membership, 2 is finance lectures, and 3 is combination banking and finance lectures. This is an amazing opportunity for you. If you want to take your learning to the next level, join our membership program.